Well, this will certainly cheer up the Manchester United fans, won't it, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Football Yannick. Matheus Cunha has been announced. He's joined Manchester United, and it looks like Bryan Mbeumo, who, by the way, is ruddy wicked, is going to join Manchester United as well in a season where they lost the Europa League final to a terrible Tottenham team. Yeah. In this season where they've had record-breaking bad results themselves, Manchester United, they've still got the pull. These players want to play for Man United. And look, let's be real, yeah? Manchester United, for my money, is still the biggest club in the Premier League. But, like, two things. Considering their financial disarray and how bad they've been for a while now, but most notably last season. But I've been very consistent in saying I think, Amorim's a good young coach. He is charismatic, and he's been refreshingly honest. Bryan Mbeumo is 25. I think both him and Cunha are 25 years old. So there's definitely some talking points in terms of players that are good now rather than doing what, for example, my mob Chelsea are doing and trying to heavily invest in the future. Get like good players now, but that can become great players and be great players for a long time, like your Cole Palmers and whatever. But they're buying players that immediately make them better. Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha does that. 20 Premier League goals for Brentford this season. We're going to get into all of it. We are going to get into all of it. Guys, thanks for joining me here on Football Yannick. Multiple uploads every single day here on the channel. So grateful for the continued support from you guys. If you like my commentary on the biggest footballing stories, then why not subscribe? Road to 20,000 subscribers this summer. We're doing real great numbers, so I'm very appreciative for that. So thank you for all your continued support. Look, yeah, David Ornstein of The Athletic published this just this evening. Bryan Mbeumo has decided he wants to join Manchester United, and the Old Trafford club is set to open talks with Brentford as they pursue an agreement to sign the forward this summer. For me, that is, when this briefing comes out, that is, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I feel like it's happening. And Mbeumo, 25, has only a year left on his deal. Wow, what a get. And Arsenal fans are fuming about this, I've seen on social media, because a lot of gooners wanted him. And when you're losing transfer targets to Man United, who had that season, they'll feel frustrated. He's got a year left on his contract at Brentford, and although it does include an option for Brentford to extend by 12 months. So that is the sweet spot, innit? So Brentford almost certainly will extend that option to put him in the 2-year slot. And then when you got 2 years is minimum for a big transfer fee. But it is, this is Brentford. I know they wanted a few. Did Tony... he obviously went to Saudi in the end. I'm trying to think about Brentford big sales because they're not like certainly the Brighton are the masters of it. Of all the overachieving teams beginning with B, Brentford, Brighton and Bournemouth, Brighton are the ones. They sold what's his face, Ben White for 50 million to Arsenal. They've certainly fleeced my mob for loads of money, but of course in the two most expensive signings Chelsea have signed from them in Caicedo and Marc Cucurella. They've been two of the best players in the Premier League this season. So, but they've also sold loads of other players like Sanchez and whatever. They make a lot of money. What's his name? The midfielder that went to Bissouma as well. They make lots of money, Brighton. They are the masters of it. And they'll sell Joao Pedro for a lot of money as well. Bournemouth, similarly, of course, they sold Dom Solanke for 60 million. They're going to make loads of money this summer. Bournemouth, if they sell Kirkes, they've obviously sold Dean Howson for 50 million. But Brentford are yet to break in. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I might be missing an obvious one. But yeah, Mbeumo, 2 years. Because they had obviously triggered the extension as a 25-year-old Mbeumo. So 2 years, it'll be interesting to see how much he would go for. Last season, the Cameroon international was most productive since joining from Troyes in 2019, contributing 20 goals and 8 assists. I mean, that is pretty incredible for Brentford. And Johan Visser as well, and Kevin Schade, they all score. they're like, their forwards really productive. Real huge credit to Thomas Frank, who might be the Tottenham manager in next season. So, yes, Mbeumo has attracted interest from the likes of the aforementioned Arsenal, Newcastle United, and indeed Tottenham Hotspur. But Mbeumo favours a switch to Man United if they can strike a deal. Arsenal have been rejected by Mbeumo because he wants to join Man United. And Newcastle United won a trophy, finished in the Champions League. Amazing fan base in stadium. Arsenal will feel like, though, these like perennial... Maybe he just wants to win a trophy. It's a subtle dig at Arsenal there. Perennial bridesmaids always finishing second. But they signed Benjamin Sesko. They might get over the line, Why not? Brentford's head coach Thomas Frank admitted in May the club would be open to selling this summer if an appropriate offer has arrived. He said this: if the price is right, and that's going to be expensive, is coming, then I'm sure the club will be open to it. Pretty diplomatic answer. I'm pretty sure he said some similar stuff about Ivan Toney prior to him going. A versatile forward capable of playing out wide or through the middle, pretty much like Cunha. Like they could play a 3-5-2 with Cunha and Mbeumo up top, and then obviously sort of Fernandes maybe, and just have a functional midfield three of like Mount, Ugarte, and another guy, and then and have Ahmad as a wing back, Dorgu, whatever. I'm just sort of playing with it here, man. Mbeumo is the latest of a long line recruitment success stories for Brentford since he joined from the French side Troyes in 2019. He helped Brentford to promotion, of course, via the Championship playoffs in the second season with the club before they comfortably made the step into the top flight. They've never looked back. He scored 8, 9, and 9 goals respectively in the first Premier League seasons before this last campaign where he just exploded, and then he's got 18 caps for his country. Jay Harris and Tom Burrows have wrote why he's one of the hottest properties in the Prem. Brentford always knew Mbeumo was a special talent. The former defender Pontus Jansson remembers having a conversation with Rasmus Ankerson, Brentford's co-director of football at the time, when Mbeumo joined the West London club, then in the Championship, as a teenager in August 2019, and he was their record transfer fee for £5.4 million. He said, "We're going to buy a young player from France, and he's not a world class. If he's not a world class player in a couple of years, I'm going to be very disappointed." He wasn't wrong. After 6 years of steady progress, a period during which he's often lived in the shadows of other forwards, most notably the likes of Ivan Toney, Mbeumo's unquestionably... Oh, did you hear my neck crack there? Unquestionably the main man at Brentford. A largely underrated player since the step up in the Premier League since 2021. Mbeumo's performances last season have been impossible to ignore and has now put the 25-year-old, of course, at 25... you're entering your prime like Cunha, whose current contract expires in summer 2026, which again, I expect them to trigger the extra 12 months to increase his value. 20 Premier League goals and the 4th highest goal scorer in the division, playing for Brentford. Different gravy granules, mate. You have to say, what a coup for Manchester United. They are pulling the play. I mean, of course, it's still Man United. I mean, we can laugh at them, and we will laugh at them, for that is our prerogative. But you have to respect how I thought they had absolutely no money. I guess if Bruno goes to Saudi, Al Hilal, I think the team that's looking at him, 80 million quid, 80 million big ones, big boys, then, that is, as the kids say, bare peas, fam. You have to assume they would sell Garnacho. He ain't staying. The gaffer's already said he's got to go. So, money from sales, alleviation of Bruno's wages, which will be big, and space in the team. I've been saying this to my Man United supporting mates, of which there are many, because I'm a 36-year-old man from the south of England. It's just terrific banter, isn't it? Maybe Bruno's been unquestionably brilliant, but maybe not having the main character kind of hero ball player in your team will help a functional philosophical manager like Ruben Amorim, give more scope to the likes of Mason Mount to operate as a kind of functional attacking midfielder rather than this mercurial flair attacking midfielder like Fernandes. And then you just really rely on the likes of the robust, tenacious, direct style of player of Mbeumo and Mateus Cunha, who don't get bullied. They like to bully. They like to score goals. And Man United are a serious team again. I mean, that's how it would look. Massive news. Let me know what you think. Please do comment down below. Yeah, thank you as always for supporting the content, for liking and subscribing. Multiple videos every single ruddy day. Jump on the train. Choo choo. Hope to see you back here soon. Peace.